Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And now I'll turn it over to our presenters. We are here in session A2. So first up, we'll hear from the University of Mississippi.
To speak with you all tonight about the University of Mississippi, affectionately known as Ole Miss. We are nestled in the northern part of the state of Mississippi. If you've ever heard of Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis Presley's Graceland, great barbecue and blues, we are a little bit over an hour outside of Memphis, Tennessee, nestled in the northern part of the state of Mississippi in a fabulous town called Oxford. We were founded in 1848. We are the flagship of the University of the state of Mississippi. We were founded back in 1848. Our total student enrollment, that includes our graduate school students, medical school students, law school, so forth and so on, is around 23,000. But our undergraduate population is around 17,000. We have a 17-to-1 student faculty ratio. Our average class sizes tends to range between 35 students in a class. All 50 states are represented on our campus, the District of Columbia, and over 90 countries. We are designated as a Carnegie Research R1 institution. So our faculty, as well as our students, know their ways around our labs and our science facilities. The only medical school within the state of Mississippi belongs to us. So students who are interested in medical school, dental school, physical therapy schools, so forth and so on, tend to put us on their list for their particular reasons. And of course, we've also been named one of the most beautiful college campuses across the country with a number of nationally ranked programs. Also, in addition to like where we are and who we are in a really fabulous town called Oxford that I personally describe as a sophisticated Southern culinary and artistic delight. There are a number of James Beard Award-winning chefs. You're like mom and pop restaurants with the meat and three. That is a Southern thing. Any current student will tell you how delicious the chicken on the stick is, but there are festivals such as the Double Decker Festival, as well as the Oxford Film Festival. So there's a lot to do and see. We also, one of our most notable alums is William Faulkner, and you'll see this particular picture at the top is of his beautiful estate, Roanoke. So we are a haven to writers and enthusiasts of literature. Our academic overview, we have over 80 plus academic programs, and they're situated amongst our College of Liberal Arts, as well as a number of schools. And so we're divided within our School of Applied Sciences, our School of Journalism and New Media, our School of Accountancy, our School of Business Administration, a School of Engineering, School of Education, and School of Pharmacy. So our academic programs initially when we were founded in 1848 as a liberal arts type of school where you're getting this foundation in a variety of academic areas. At the same time, we have grown over the years to really be able to kind of specialize and hone in to more specific areas of interest that you may be wanting to pursue. So our pharmacy school is ranked in the top 25. Our School of Accountancy also it's been recognized as one of the top programs in the country. Students come to us every year interested in our School of Business. Of course, our School of Journalism and New Media, a very popular a major within that is our integrative marketing and communications, very fast growing. So if you're interested, print and or broadcasting, wonderful opportunities. Some special programs that I usually describe as an opportunity for you to layer your academic interests. So if you're interested in delving deeper in a particular program of study or having a more specific or intentional direction in the way that you learn, in the way that you're challenged, the way that you're supported, these special programs are definitely the way to go. We have a fantastic honors college, Trent Lott Leadership Institute, Croft Institute for International Studies. I should say and mention that our students travel and they have been to every continent. They typically go there every year, either for a semester or for an entire year. We also boast 2 language flagship programs in Chinese and Arabic. So if you're interested or delving more deeply into either of those particular languages, we definitely want you to take a look at us. Our Center for Manufacturing Excellence, it's really more directly tied to our School of Engineering. So we were the first institution within the state to create one of those. So there are wonderful opportunities for you from student involvement. We're part of the SEC, tons of opportunities for you financially, and we want you to come and visit. And so I invite you just to visit our website, learn more about who we are. Applying is very easy on our institutional app or Common App. And we would love for you to come and maybe plan a trip to Mississippi from here. Direct flights right into Memphis, and then in an hour, you're on our campus. But thank you for your time and your attention.
Great. Thank you so much. So next up is Emory and Henry College.
Good afternoon, everyone. So Emory and Henry College is nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in the southwest corner of Virginia, just about 20 minutes from the Tennessee border. So just a couple of facts, our faculty-student ratio is 10-1, so we are very much so a smaller school with 979 undergraduate students and an average of 276 graduate students. Within the state of Virginia and Virginia colleges, Emory and Henry actually boasts the most award-winning faculty, and that is even put up against larger Virginia schools. There are opportunities across campus. As you can see, we have over 80 academic opportunities and over 70 student organizations for students to get involved in. This is just a sample of some of those undergraduate programs and graduate programs that we offer. All of the undergraduate programs that you see listed in yellow, those are our top 10 most popular programs. So as you can see, things like biology, education, engineering, equine studies, and psychology are all up there. So one of the things that Emory and Henry does like to boast about is our School of Health Sciences up in Marion, which is about 10 minutes from the main campus. Our School of Health Sciences is host to our Doctor of Physical Therapy program, for which we do have an early admissions process, as well as our Masters of Occupational Therapy, the Masters of Mental health counseling is something that we are hoping to add, but this is also where we host several of the classes for our undergraduate students that are interested in the health sciences. Emory and Henry also boasts being one of the top colleges in the United States for equine studies and equestrian degrees. We also have an equestrian team. They do ride IDA, IHSA, and we are 21-time national champions with our equestrian team in hunter, jumper, equitation, and dressage. Another thing that Emory and Henry loves to boast is that we do actually have the only program in the entire United States where you can come to Emory and Henry for a semester or a little bit longer, and you can hike a portion or the entirety of the Appalachian Trail for college credit, typically about 12 to 13 credits. We also have a phenomenal outdoor program and adventure team who go out and enjoy the area that we are in that is rich with state parks and hiking trails. We also have a crag wall that is part of Emory and Henry's outdoor program that allows our students to get some experience bouldering, rock climbing, and just kind of enjoying the great outdoors. This is just kind of a general overview of some of the places that our students are able to get internships with Emory and Henry. So we have had students intern at Ballad Health with the State Department, Department of Justice, United Nations, a little bit of everywhere. And a lot of students want to know, well, when I graduate, what are some of the things that your alumni go on and kind of get involved in? One of our alumni is the CEO of the American Cancer Society. We have the president pro tempore of the California State Senate is an Emory and Henry alum. And one of the world-renowned tenor singers with the Stuttgart Opera House in Germany is an Emory and Henry alumni. So as you can see, our alumni do go on to make amazing changes in the world and go on to some amazing things. So I do want to spend a good bit of time on the application process. So Emory and Henry's application is a free application, and it can be found both on our website and through the Common App. And for the 2021 school year, we are test optional. So the only thing we need in addition to your application is a copy of those transcripts, whether it's high school transcripts or if you've also taken dual enrollment classes, those community college transcripts. All you have to submit is your transcripts and that application. We do have a generous credit acceptance program. So if you are taking AP and IB classes, we do accept most of those. AP, what you need on the test depends on the class, but we do accept 3s, 4s, and 5s on the tests for various classes. We do have 2 early action dates, however, neither of them are binding. These dates are there for priority for things like housing and class selection. Every single student that applies to Emory and Henry and is accepted receives some form of financial aid. The very first bit of financial aid that you receive is your academic merit scholarship that you receive at the same time as you receive your acceptance. And those merit scholarships are based off of your GPA and range from $10,000 up to $23,000. We also have performance and affinity scholarships in things like art, theater, equestrian, and honors. Some of them are invitation only, but some of them do have an application. Emory and Henry also support several grants, both institutional as well as state. If you are attending a private college within the state of Virginia and you are a Virginia resident, you can apply for the Virginia Tuition Assistance Grant, which is free money just for going to a private college. And that is everything that I have. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Everybody in the admissions office is more than happy to work with you and answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you. So next we'll hear from East Tennessee State University.
All right, hey everyone, and thank you all so much for signing up for this panel. I'd like to formally welcome you to East Tennessee State University. My name is Lily, and I'm the admissions counselor for Virginia students. So what we're going to be talking about today is a brief overview of our academics, how to become a Buccaneer, residential and campus life, and tuition and fees. So why should you choose ETSU? Located in Johnson City, Tennessee, ETSU is a Division I public university that houses nearly 15,000 students. We're not too big and we're not too small, so at this size you can expect access to the resources and opportunities that larger universities have while also maintaining a small campus feel with an average classroom size of 23 students and a 15-to-1 student-faculty ratio. We have 10 different colleges with 150 different academic programs. Some highlights of our programs would include our highly accredited business program, which ranks in the top 5% of all business schools in the world, to our health science programs, which we have more comprehensive health science programs than almost any other school in the U.S. We also have a nationally ranked teacher education program, and we offer the top computer science and largest nursing program in the state of Tennessee. So as you can tell, with 10 different colleges and 150 different programs, we have tons of options for you all. So let's talk about admissions now. We're all about access here at ETSU, which is why we decided to go test optional for the fall 2021 academic year. You can see that for requirements, you need a 2.3 GPA or a 19 on the ACT or SAT comparable. We also require that our high school students take 16 specific high school credits. This would include your English, math, science, foreign language, etc. So now how do you apply? Your first step is going to be starting your online application by going to etsu.edu/apply. When you're finished with your application, you need to make sure to submit the $25 application fee. After you submit your application, you will need to contact your high school or high school counselor and ask them to send your high school transcripts by either emailing it, by postage mail, or any electronic service. And then if you decide to take the ACT or SAT for scholarship or admissions purposes, then you can, we'll need to have the testing service send it to us. And then once we receive all of your documents, we will then be able to review you for admissions. So let's talk about housing. We have 10 different residence halls with 5 different styles. As of now, we do not require our freshmen to live on campus, and everyone is allowed their own personal vehicle. If you want to live on campus, there will be a separate application that you will need to fill out that you can find on the housing website. And if you want to live on campus, but more specifically with students who are interested in the same program as you, then we offer 9 different living learning communities for our freshmen. This will be an additional application from your housing application, so you can also find this on our housing website. And then if you choose a traditional style residence hall and you purchase our 7-day silver level meal plan, then it will come to about $8,938 per year. And then just a fun fact we like to throw out is that 35% of our students who live on campus make the Dean's List every year. We really encourage our students to get involved on campus, whether that's living in a residence hall or through clubs and student organizations, which is why outside of the classroom, we offer over 250 different student organizations and 19 different Division I sports. With our sporting events, you can get into all of our games for free by just showing your ETSU ID card. And then our student organizations range from club sports to academic clubs, honor societies, and fraternity and sorority life. And then also we have our first year experience courses, which would be a preview, which is a pre-college experience, and then ETSU 1020 and Health 1350. So the tuition now, I'm not mentioning it to you to try to scare anyone, but I'm mentioning it to you to let you know that tuition and fees can be very affordable. If you live in Washington, Lee, Scott, Bristol, or Grayson County, you will be eligible for in-state tuition, which is $9,500 per academic year. And if you live in any county outside of those, then you'll be considered for out-of-state tuition, which is $10,500 per academic year. And then I wanted to show you that if you're living on campus and you're getting the in-state or out-of-state tuition, then you're going to be looking at about $18,000 to $19,000 per year. And then just to touch back on the affordability again, I just want you all to know that 92% of our students do receive some sort of financial assistance. And then if you're interested in visiting campus, we do offer in-person and virtual tours. Our in-person tours are offered Monday through Friday, 4 times a day. And we even have some tours on Saturday. And you can just go to etsu.edu/visit to sign up for a tour in person. And if you're a little too far away and you want to visit campus virtually, then you can do so by going to etsu.university-tour.com. And if you all have any questions, feel free to contact me by emailing me at Fowler, FOWLERLG, @etsu.edu. You can also text or call me at 423-301-5483. And then if you just want to stay up to date with us, you can follow us on social media by following at ETSU Admissions. And then to find out more information, you can just go to our main landing page, which is just etsu.edu/admissions. Thank you all so much for listening, and Godspeed and go Bucks.
Excellent, thank you. So next we'll hear from Bluefield College.
Great, thanks so much. Very good. I am totally excited to be here with you all, introducing you to Bluefield College. My name is Scott Paul Hamus. I'm the Associate Director of our on-campus admissions office. And I want you to know all about Bluefield because this is where I graduated from. So I'm very excited and passionate about this school. We are located in the southwestern portion of the state of Virginia, and we are only about 2 hours from the closest major regional airport on the eastern seaboard in Roanoke, as well as about 3 hours directly north of the closest international airport in Charlotte, North Carolina. Most importantly for you to know about Bluefield College is that we're a Christ-centered school. And this is a place where students are able to know that they are a name and they're a person and they're not just a number in a classroom. We have an average class size of about 15 students. So some of your entry-level courses may be a little larger than that and some may be a little smaller than that. But our 1,200 students are studying with it in over 40 different academic programs. Each of them have the opportunity at a traditional liberal arts study, such as the social studies or the humanities, English, history, etc., as well as wide variety of sciences and pre-professional programs. We are a very diverse community made up of dual enrolled students who are still in high school, as well as our undergraduate and our master's level students. And if you think that what you've heard so far kind of checks off some of the boxes you're looking at, I want you to know that that QR code that's found right there in the bottom left-hand corner, if you want to use your phone to scan that, I can get you in contact with some more information. One of the most important things about Bluefield is that as that small community, as that Christian campus where all of your faculty and staff are Bible-believing followers of Christ, you want to know, do we truly live out that mission? Do we truly respect and have that level of respect and care for all of our students? Or is that really just something that we're saying? Is it really just something on a slide? I want you to actually come to campus, walk around, introduce yourself, let us introduce you to Bluefield so you can truly see that, yes, we do live out that mission. We do offer on-campus visits right here and now. So if you'd like to schedule a time for you and your family to walk around with us on campus, we can make that happen in a smaller group for socially distant setting. We are also offering virtual tours that you can take on your phone, you can take on your computer or laptop, as well as virtual events that you can also participate in. One of the things that our students really love about Bluefield College is the way that we take care of them while they're living on campus. The majority of our undergraduate students do live on campus, about 436 of them. We do have something really cool that we didn't have when I was a student of Bluefield College, smart laundry. You're gonna put your laundry into the machine, turn it on, and it'll literally send you a text message when your laundry is clean, and it tells you which dryer is open and available for you to take your clothes to. Our students are engaged in about 25 different organizations throughout campus that include our Greek life organizations, our singing groups, our theater groups. There are student leadership opportunities. Our student development office is actually working very hard to provide not just clubs and organizations for you to be involved in, but to also lead, so that as you are leading others, you may also receive that professional development that you can carry with you after you graduate. We're a Division I college of the NAIA, and we compete in the Mid-South Conference and the Appalachian Athletic Conference. And as that D1 school, we're definitely able to provide a variety of really cool experiences for our fans, and then also fantastic scholarship packaging for those student athletes. You can also see right there in the middle, Rams Esports. That is something we launched this fall. It is an opportunity for students to actually receive scholarship to compete in some of those video games that they excel in. Oops. Our scholarship packages are super competitive. You see that 37 number, but I want you to know that nobody pays that because we do have such good financial aid packaging. You can receive anything from a academic standpoint based on your grades coming into Bluefield College, and those are renewable for the 3 years after you start as a freshman. We also offer the transfer scholarships, as well as athletics. If you sing, dance, play an instrument, if you're in theater, we do have opportunities for students to receive finances for those things they enjoy. I want you to know that Bluefield College is totally test optional. So if you are a high school student, show me your GPA on your transcript. What I'm looking for, go.bluefield.edu /apply is how we get to our application. It'll take you about 10 minutes. And here on this last slide, you can see all of our social media. And remember that QR code, if you want to scan that real quick, it'll get you in contact with me. But thanks so much. I appreciate y'all listening.
Great, thank you. And next we'll hear from Regent University.
Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Cindy Hilliard, and in these few minutes we have together, I just would like to share with you information about our university and how we can help you discover your future. So Regent is a private 4-year Christian university with over 4,400 undergraduate students enrolled, and our students come from all 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 different denominations. You can choose to study online, live on campus, or commute from our local area. Our on-campus population is much more intimate, with about 1,300 living on campus or commuting. You will see our average GPA and scores listed on this slide, but it's important to remember that we do take a very holistic approach to admissions, and we really do take everything into consideration. So please don't feel like you need to have these numbers to be admitted. They're averages, so I definitely encourage you to apply. And we're really concerned with your overall fit at Regent. Like a lot of the other schools have said tonight, we are test optional right now due to COVID, but we do encourage you to send those test scores if you've been able to take them or if you're able to take the tests moving forward. Okay, on this slide, you're going to see some of our awards and recognitions. Regent has a rich history for more than 40 years as an award-winning, accredited Christian university. For 8 years in a row, we've been recognized by U.S. News and World Report for having the #1 best online bachelor's program in Virginia. And this is important right now in the environment that we've been in due to COVID. When all of our students had to leave back in March, we were able to seamlessly convert everyone to an online platform because we already had that in place. We are one of only 22 universities nationally to be A-rated for our comprehensive liberal arts curriculum. And actually, we awarded over $24 million in institutional scholarships and aid for the 2018-2019 school year. 90% of our faculty hold the highest degree in their discipline, and they're true practitioners in their fields. Typically, that's going to be a PhD. We have a student-faculty ratio of 17:1, so you'll never be lost in a huge lecture hall or be taught by a teaching assistant, and this will help you form lasting relationships not only with your classmates, but also with your professors as well. So we realize that figuring out the financial piece of going to college is a big decision. And at Regent, we are committed to making it affordable for you. We are among the top 5% of the most affordable private Christian colleges and universities for our bachelor's programs. And 85% of Regent undergraduate students do receive some form of aid. So when you look at these numbers, please know that we have several ways to fund your education at Regent, and we never want finances to stand in the way of a student becoming part of our family. And we have a great resource that you can use that's called our net price calculator, and the website is right there on the slide. And this will help you determine your exact cost, or very close to it, for your individual circumstances, whether you're online or on campus. So Regent is a liberal arts university. We have over 135 different programs of study. We offer everything from certificate and associate's degrees to PhDs. Our majors range from the arts all the way to STEM. And so this wealth of knowledge and the breadth and depth of these resources are available to you even as an undergraduate student, even as your campus experience and your classroom is going to be much more intimate and small. In this slide, you're going to see a diagram with you, the student, in the middle, with all of our support services surrounding you, everything from academic supports to campus ministries. So I'm not going to take the time to go into each and every one, but I just want you to be rest assured that when you are a student at Regent, we are committed to being with you and walking beside you every single step of the way. So there is more to the university experience than the academic side. We realize that. And at Regent, we have more than 55 different student organizations, everything from surf club, moot court. We have a big student activities board, a swing dance club. So lots of things to get involved in. In addition, we have 9 collegiate athletic sports. We are part of the NCCAA Division I. And there's also a lot of opportunities on campus for intramural and club sports. And like the other schools, we do have esports, which we know is a growing field. In addition, as a Christian college, we are also interested in your spiritual growth, and there's lots of opportunities for this, such as weekly chapel services, life groups, and many service opportunities as well. We are located in Virginia Beach, coastal Virginia, with lots of different opportunities in our exciting opportunities around us, everything from Williamsburg to the Outer Banks. So we definitely invite you to visit, and we are doing on-campus visits right now, or you can see our dorm rooms and take a virtual tour on our website. Okay, so we do invite you to apply. You'll see all the ways that you can do that here. You can go to our website and you can apply there. We do not have the Common App, but we have a very simple application process on the website. Another way that you can apply is to call and speak with one of our admissions counselors. And if you do that, a lot of times they can waive that $50 application fee for you, and they can really walk through the programs with you and help you maybe decide what you want to major in or what your concentration area may be. So they're just a wealth of information if you decide to do that. We just encourage you to visit if you can. And we thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight.
All right, and the last school that we'll hear from is Merrimack College.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight, especially with hearing from the wonderful institutions before me. Merrimack College is located in North Andover, Massachusetts. So we are 25 miles north of Boston in a residential setting of North Andover. And you'll see from our aerial campus that we are predominantly a residential campus with close proximity to a lot of the benefits of a major metropolitan area. Especially for our Virginia folks, coming to campus can be easily accessible through our Boston Logan Airport or other public transit. But Merrimack, at a glance, is a mid-sized institution welcoming 4,000 undergraduate students to our campus. Our demographic breakout is relatively 50-50 male-female, but Merrimack over the past few years has been growing in regards to where our students are coming from. And I'm excited to welcome more and more Virginia folks each year. We have about 31 states represented on campus, as well as a robust population of our international students representing 35 different countries. Thinking about why folks join us at the college, Academically, we're able to offer over 100 different academic offerings spanning a multitude of different concentrations and content areas. And so being a liberal arts college at our core, I love to take a step back and look at how our majors are broken out among our different content areas. Double majoring, double minoring, or even for folks that may not be sure what they want to study, Merrimack provides that opportunity simply in the academic standpoint to do that exploration or even build out that experience even further. Thinking about programs outside of even our academics, like I mentioned, we have 100 different programs academically. And so our focus is really meeting our students where they are and providing them with that personalized experience. But our mid-sized campus also provides the opportunities for folks to be engaged academically, but also socially, whether it's through our leadership or service-based organizations or through our Division I athletics. Our students are very much part of our community and really choose Merrimack to be part of a greater community. We are one of 2 Augustinian Catholic colleges in the United States. And so for us, that is defined by our engagement with community, engagement with lifelong learning, and really being that strong active force in the world. Drilling a little deeper into those 100 academic programs, they're broken into 5 academic schools. So we welcome folks to our Girard School of Business, our School of Education and Social Policy, School of Health Sciences, Science and Engineering, as well as liberal arts. And as I mentioned, double majoring, double minoring is very common. So especially for folks that want to explore a multitude of different programs, we welcome them to do that through our variety of different options. But one thing I wanted to spend a little time on is really what makes Merrimack unique. Our size allows our students to have that personalized experience inside the classroom, but also our robust and intentional advising model really helps students transition from the high school side of things to the college side of things. And one step of that is through our success coaching model. Through our Academic Success Center, every student at the college receives an academic success coach to help guide them through everything from academic habits such as study skills and time management, but also navigating the transitional skills that folks have when they move from high school to college, whether that's navigating where to pay your bill, how to get involved in clubs and organizations, or simply how to navigate what major to major in. This is in addition to an academic advisor. So the support through the success coaching model really allows our students to have that centralized point person to really navigate things that might fall outside the scope of just an academic advisor. But in addition to our Academic Success Center provides robust offerings above and beyond this model, as we have programs in our accessibility services, tutoring, as well as our writing center. But we have a multitude of different special organizations, such as our first year experience, as well as our academic bridge programs to help students be the most successful version of themselves. And we've seen that success. Last year alone, we had 8,000 one-on-one appointments with our coaches. But we know that even beyond academics, career coaching is very much part of that. So in addition to that success coaching model, as well as our academic coaches, every student has a career coach at the college, helping them navigate the ins and the outs of hands-on learning, whether that be internships, co-ops, research, or even leveraging a lot of our technology. Our career coaching model helps students take advantage of their 4 years to provide a really successful career development foundation for their success after graduation, especially when they move into their particular disciplines. For us, we're very success driven. And so thinking about all of these different coaching mechanisms, it really drills into understanding and developing that skill set. So not only to become an expert in your academic program, but again, to develop those softer skills to be successful upon graduation. In navigating this process, we know fit is a huge part of the process. Fit includes not only the academic fit, the social fit, but we know this is your first large investment, especially as students. And so for us, our growth and our coaching models are very much tied to making sure our students have all the tools necessary to have this be a successful investment in themselves. And so you'll see here, about 99% of our population receives a mixture of need and merit-based financial aid. So as we've been growing, we've been able to invest more and more in our students and providing them that affordability through their financial aid packages. And thinking about navigating the application process at Merrimack, our students are active, they're engaged, and when looking at our applicants, we want to see that in their applications. For us, we are fully test optional, so we really take a look at all of these materials to make sure that we're able to have a full read on our students. But thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it. And I'll turn it over for some Q&A.
All right, everyone. Thank you for all of your presentations from our panelists. I am going to invite all of the panelists to turn on their videos. And I'll start because it looks like we don't have any questions in the Q&A just yet. So I will start by just going in presentation order and asking each rep to just tell us something that's either unique about their institution or like a little factoid, something that didn't make it into your presentation necessarily, but you'd like our students to know.
I may be first. If not, here I go. University of Mississippi, affectionately known as Ole Miss. I think maybe a tradition that sticks out in mind because a lot of students hear that term tradition when it comes to us. You'll see my background. I did do this on purpose because this is Bama week. We are part of the Southeastern Conference, and University of Alabama is coming to town on Saturday. We beat them a few years ago. Who knows what will happen on Saturday, but send us a lot of good luck. But in our Grove area, we have a walk of champions. And the tradition is that our football team, led by our coaches, they're greeted by all of our students and alums and friends to cheer them on as they walk to Vaught Hemingway Stadium to get ready for a game. So the walk of champions is a huge tradition at Ole Miss.
I do believe that that means that I go next. So I actually spoke about a lot of the unique things about Emory and Henry in my presentation, but one of the things that I didn't mention, and we may or may not be changing it, we haven't decided yet, but as of right now, Emory and Henry is the only college in the entire United States whose mascot is a wasp. There are yellow jackets, there are bees, there are all sorts of other stinging insects, but at least for right now, we are the only wasp in the entire US. So that's always been kind of fun to point out.
And I would be next. So something that I didn't mention in my presentation would be that this year we actually have an esports team. And so you can actually try out for it, and we are competing, and we just have a newly renovated student center where there's like a wall of TVs where all of our competitions will be held for our esports team.
Bluefield College has this really cool, incredible day right before finals each April. And it's called Mud Pig Day because we roast a pig and have a barbecue together. We dig out a hole for actual mud wrestling. And we also park a fire truck near a really big hill on campus. So we have this really big slip and slide, but it's a huge tradition each April.
Okay, so Regent University, I was trying to think of some things. I think what's kind of unique I didn't get to was Unchapel. And Unchapel, it's not like a typo, but it is a student-led worship experience that happens on Thursday nights. And our students really get involved in this a lot. A lot of times they'll have bonfires afterwards, and gives them a lot of opportunities to bond, and for the different life groups that we have on campus to get to know one another.
And for Merrimack, I think one of our biggest traditions is a program called Mac Gives Back, which honors, is held around Veterans Day to honor our veterans as we were founded after World War II, but also the opportunity for us to get involved, get active within our community through service. And so I think this year, even especially under these circumstances, our Mac Gives Back is stronger than ever, especially with a lot of the initiatives we're doing to help our local community in such a moment of crisis.
Fantastic. So with that, we will wrap up. I want to say thank you again to all of the participants and all of our presenters here this afternoon. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, we'll be able to find this recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So I'm sure I'll see several of you in the next session that starts in about 15 minutes. And for everybody else, have a lovely evening.